How do you change it so the front video is the live stream?
So it's the main thing. It's above the other. Depends on what layer it is. It's like tracing paper. Whatever's on top. So it's the main thing. It's above the. Well, how long do you reckon we could be?
2 seconds.
Definitely need a new, like, whatever it's called.
Yeah, I countdown. Wait, let's do it. Let's ready to go live.
I'm ready. You want to present it and I'll be the side man, or you want me to present and you be the side man?
You present, I'll be the side. Let's do it.
What does EP stand for again? I forgot. What team is it? Fariko.
It is, we're live. It is Fariko and EP. I don't know what EP stands for.
So we start, yeah.
Yeah, we're good to go.
Good to go, okay. Right. Hello and welcome to the WGL Astro Cup quarter-final. I am Chris Trout, aka the Trout91, and I'm joined by the gorgeous founder of the WGL, Melmoth, aka Paul. How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. First time I've been called gorgeous, I have to admit, but thank you very much.
Oh, you got attractive, good looks, so I thought, you know, compliments make people good and happy, and it might bring some good casting out of you, because I think we're going to need a Rosetta Stone to translate some of the things you're going to have to say in it. So.
I would agree very much.
But yeah, we're here for Fariko Allstars versus EP. In this first quarterfinal matchup, we are going to be seeing Epsilon versus... Who are Epsilon playing? I've forgotten.
Epsilon will let me playing Breakout.
Epsilon versus Breakout, so that should be a good contest in the second quarterfinal for today. And I don't think we should delay it too long. I think everyone's been waiting patiently in the lobby to start this matchup, so I think we're going to jump into it as soon as all the players give us the confirmation they are ready to go.
I think we are good to go, I believe. I think we're just waiting for the admin to start the game.
Excellent. Kelly on the case. Hopefully it will start very, very soon. But yeah, I hope everyone is having a good week. It's hump day, isn't it? So we're on the downward slope for the rest of the week. And we've got the nice weekend to look forward to. So.
Yeah, that's it. Hump day is here, soon to be behind us. Anything planned for the weekend?
Well, the Champions League on Saturday, so I'm sure everyone will be getting tanked and nice and merry.
Yeah, it's a great weekend of sport, so tonight hopefully will be a great weekend of esports.
Absolutely. So I'm going to... Who are we jumping on board with first?
I'm on board with Fariko Amaze just now, so if you want to tell me where you want to be.
Okay, well I think we'll stick with Amaze as he is going to anchor onto the top hill near the marketplace. Gets a nice kill there, and Fariko doing a great job of locking down the first hard point. We're going to see a contestment from EP as Clayton and Chaos get some nice kills, as well as Ryan crazy picking up one for himself. Kesma also picking one up, and they're going to try and take control of this hard point. They really do need to get these spawns in their favor, and it looks like they've done a good job of doing that, as Fariko are getting some terrible spawns across the map. And Amaze is going to try and work his way around, see if he can help his team with those spawn points. He's going to take a very, very long route round to this next hard point, but hopefully it will pan out for Fariko in the end.
What is your prediction for tonight, Chris? What do you think, Trout?
I'm thinking that Fariko are probably going to take it. Fariko remind me a lot of Tottenham in a sense that they have the team to do it. They have a team that can win tournaments. However, when it comes to the final hurdle, they just don't quite get over it enough. And it's a shame, really, because they have some incredibly talented players on their team, but they don't just quite get over that where they need to go in that last hurdle. Unfortunately, Maze is in fact taken out there by one of the EP members, as EP are taking a nice little control of this next hardpoint. They really do kind of need to get their gear together and keep hold of the hardpoint. However, but Fariko doing a great job of outgunning them and taking away the hardpoint. As Maze is actually going to sneak up on behind two of them, but Clayton with a nice little reaction shot with the FAL there takes down Maze, and he's going to spawn around the other side of the map.
I think that's very important for EP as well. Being the underdog, they need to make sure they don't fall behind early.
Absolutely, and it's very crucial, especially in hardpoint. Hardpoint can kind of like set the tone for the rest of the game. Even though we've got that nice search and destroy break in the middle, it doesn't do well for a team's confidence going into such kind of make or break game mode where you literally don't have anything to help you out. You can't respawn and do it all over again. You've got one chance to do it. And if you're a little bit nervous about throwing that game, it could easily snowball on you, and you can find that the team who are in the lead by the first map actually completely steamrolled the second map. Fortunately, I don't see it too often, and most of the teams that actually lose the first map come back and bring out all guns blazing for the second map. But we'll see how that all works out after we check out this first map between EP and Fariko. Fariko have got a very good lead. They're currently 52 points in the lead. EP have actually taken control of this hard point, and they do need to start looking towards that fourth hard point, which is in the mosque, I believe.
Indeed, and, yes. I think this hard point could be make or break already for EP.
Absolutely, and they haven't put themselves in a great position. They've already got a man who's stranded back at the last hard point, and they've actually got an even worse spawn for the rest of the team, and it looks like Fariko are going to take control of the mosque straight away. But we're going to see an all-out rush from EP. It looks like it's going successfully so far, and they do in fact take control of that hard point. So they need to keep this hard point for as long as possible to get themselves back in the game without neglecting the next hard point spawn. It looks like Keswell doing some nice work there. He is going to get taken out by Crazy. And he's not got a fantastic spawn, but it looks like EP have still got control of this hardpoint, and one of them needs to be thinking about rotating around to the next one, because this hardpoint can be fairly simple to hold down if you've got a couple of players in there. And
Torres doing wonders to take it over. Quickly dies though.
Absolutely, Torres is doing a great job. He's a fantastic player to watch. He's always on point. He does do some amazing flanks at times, and he's just showing it here, and it looks like Fariko have got some great spawns here. They're going to spawn right onto the marketplace for the next hardpoint, and they're actually going to catch another one here. Kesmol catches one of the Fariko members out, but Ryan picks up that kill. And it looks like EP just a little bit sluggish when it comes to rotating round to that next hardpoint, but Fariko remaining strong. They're keeping this hardpoint nice and locked down. Clayton with a nice little kill there. He's going to get taken out as well. Kesmol is again spawning marketplace. Looks like they're getting some better spawns for this hardpoint, but they're still not quite contesting it enough, and Fariko is starting to run away with this. They've got about a 60-point lead now as we complete the first rotation of the hardpoint. So it's all still to play for. We've still got at least another rotation and maybe one or two hardpoints afterwards to play for. So EP could easily turn it around, but they need to start contesting and get control of those spawns a lot better.
Clayton getting the three-piece there, I think it was slightly lucky, quite honestly, but at this point, I'm surprised EP are still in it.
I think it's Hardpoint's one of those game modes that it doesn't really matter exactly where the game stands at the first rotation, because you can easily pick up those points if you hold a good lockdown for the rest of it. And a nice little kill from Clayton there with the Beretta, as he's going to try and lock down these spawns and make sure no one's spawning archway. But he needs to get the EP members inside the hardpoint. He doesn't want to die. He does have kill streaks though. The lightning strike is about to be dropped down. He picks up one kill on rush, and EP are going to storm this hardpoint and try and get control. Unfortunately, they're going to lose control, and Clayton's going to try and pick up some kills. And it's just all pandemonium in that middle hardpoint, as you would expect at this point. But Clayton's still got some kill streaks. He's got a health, so let's check out anyone else who's got some kill streaks. Looks like Clayton is the only one with the ace in the hole at the moment, as Fariko are starting to try and take control of this middle point. They're running out of time. They've got 10 seconds left. Maze with a nice little kill there. Chaos going to pick it up, and EP are just trying to collectively get those points back on the board as we move to the second hardpoint. And we are going to jump on with Clayton, actually, who's in the spawn point. Oh, he's got a terrible spawn, so let's actually go back to Fariko, who's taking control of this hardpoint.
Torres just dominating from the window. Great
Torres,
spot to be.
Torres is a great shot on him. Let's actually go on board with Torres and see what he's doing. He is using the M81 with the grip and reflex, an interesting combination. I'm not sure grip is really my preferred choice of attachment, but what am I to know? Torres is a far better player than me, so what works for him is completely and understandably acceptable, as he is going to get an actually quite poor spawn after he dies there, and he's going to try and get a wallbang. Unfortunately, it's not going to pay off for him, and Rush there picking up a nice kill. He's going to move into the next hardpoint as we got 15 seconds to go, and it looks like Fariko is still getting those good spawns for Marketplace, as they are going to set up on the next one, let EP have the remaining points. So EP is starting to get into it. They are just under 50 points from the Fariko boys, and it looks like Torres is going to do a nice job of holding down that spawn, and Fariko are going to pick up this one. EP once again a little bit sluggish on the rotation to the next hardpoint, but Ryan's going to storm in there and he's going to pick up a kill, but Torres is going to answer back with one more. And then here comes the ace in the hole, Clayton dropping that Hellstorm on Fariko, and it looks like we've got an all-out scramble for this next hardpoint. It looks like Fariko are going to do a good job of getting back on it before anything can be said by EP.
I'm going to put money in the line and say I think EP are going to win this.
Oh, do you?
I do. What do you think? Take my money?
It's money you're going to lose, but I like winning free money. So Fariko taking a nice little lead again by 70 points, and it's up to EP with 2 minutes left on the clock to try and start making something happen here, as they're actually taking control of the third hard point with only 10 seconds to go. No one really in the mosque quite yet.
I think the lucky thing for EP is the fact that it's not been a whitewash. They should be able to come back in the second map. The heads won't be down too much.
Absolutely, it's been a good contestment. You know, just a little bit unlucky with the spawns. I think Fariko had some very nice spawns overall in the game mode. It wasn't particularly what the anchor was doing. It was kind of more just, you know, sometimes the spawns are going to be favorable to you. That's how the game mechanics work. But I think in Search and Destroy, it's such a different and diverse game mode that anything can happen. Fariko Allstars, you know, I've put them down in the past for their Search and Destroy abilities, but I'm pretty confident they'll have a good storming game against EP and Search. But unfortunately, I don't know a huge amount about EP.
I think
so
EP have done really well to get as far as they have.
Absolutely.
Good up-and-coming team, but yeah, I think at this stage, Fariko Allstars is just one bridge too far.
Absolutely, and Fariko, lovely kills by their Torres and Crazy, and Torres just going absolutely mad on this one. He is picking up some huge kills in this hardpoint, and there's only 10 seconds left. He's going to call out Hellstorm. We could get a nice quad here. Is it? No, he actually only picks up one at building saves, and Fariko are going to take this first hardpoint, and this is why Fariko Allstars were actually in the finals of Skyland on Sunday. Oh, well, over the weekend on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, indeed.
They lost to Epsilon, who will be playing in the next quarterfinal after this matchup.
I actually have a news update. It's not going to be Epsilon tonight. It's actually Horizon are playing tonight. Epsilon are tomorrow night. So for those of you tuning in to watch Epsilon, that's actually tomorrow night now. Blame Grimmy. He always gets it wrong. So it's going to be Inferno versus Horizon next.
There are so many different classes you want to have for Sergio wearing, by the way.
It's not bad, is it? It's a badass shirt. It's great for camera. And we're back. Sorry about that, people. There was a slight crash there. We are now back in the world of the living.
I blame your internet and computer.
I blame that as well.
Alright.
So what's your prediction for the next two maps then?
Is it a best of 5 or a best of 3?
I believe it's the best of 5.
Awesome. I'm gonna say. See, it's not good not knowing the other team that well, but I'm gonna have to favour with Fariko. It's a very storming hard point there, and I expect no less for Search and Destroy. And I know Express Search and Destroy is one of their strongest maps. Well, from what I've seen them play, it's one of their stronger maps. So I'm gonna have to favour with Fariko on this one, but. Hopefully we can see a good contestment and EP can hopefully come back with something. And
I would agree. It would be good to see EP do well, but yeah, I think unfortunately Fariko, especially after, like you said a moment ago, their great performance at Skyline, I think they're on a current roll, and it would do well for EP to somehow bring themselves back into this game. But if they do, you never know.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's a tough one to call. You can you can never really say this, and online is so much different to LAN. You can't really compare the two. There's just some things that you can't really get away with on online compared to on LAN. We actually got a very quick second round coming here. Usually we're sitting here for about 20 minutes waiting for these guys to change their classes, but we're going to make a speedy introduction into Search and Destroy on Express. I think we should jump on board with the attacking team first, and the first round is something I emphasize as being the most important round of the entire thing. It sets the tone for the rest of it, and it's up to the attacking team to try and make something a little bit more inventive and a little bit different from the norm, to try and create some sort of stir in it and throw the defensive team off, because they feel like they've got a great easy time on this first round. It's up to the attacking team to reveal their secrets and stress a little bit, but fortunately, if you are on the attack and you do it right, you can pretty much turn the advantage in your favour.
I think particularly in Express as well, if you were to win the first attacking round, it puts the pressure instantly on that defensive team.
Absolutely. So we're seeing a very big rush from Fariko onto the A-bomb, and Kesmel with a lovely two-piece there. Ryan picks up another one, and we have a very strong 4v1 situation for EP on this first round, and Clayton picks up a maze. Fariko just completely caught wandering there, and it looks like we're going to see the final kill cam with Clayton there. Picks up a very clueless Amaze. I was just about to say before that if you want anyone in a clutch situation, it's got to be Amaze.
Yes. I saw a pair of us saw him at Cologne pull many good clutches off.
Absolutely. He made some insane clutches in Cologne, and I would have banked any money on if you had anyone in that situation to do it, but unfortunately he gets caught out wandering, and I don't think Fariko were quite ready for that kind of start off. But Ryan's going to pull out the sniper. He is down in the departures. Fariko Torres picking up a nice kill on Ryan, so the sniper battle does go in the favour of Fariko, but Kesmel picks up one on Rush equally, and he's going to be looking around the ticket office, see if he can find someone. He does spot someone. He's going to get a stun grenade on B. He's going to try and get out of cover, see if he can stay alive, and we see another exchange of kills for both teams. It's a 2v1 situation now. It is a 2v1 situation. Maze picking up Clayton. Kesmel's got it all to go for. He's on a 3-0 right now. He's closing in on a Hellstorm. If he can get these two kills, he does take shots fired from A. He's going to rotate back round to B. No, he's actually going to push into the tracks. This is not a good situation for Kesmel to be in. He's probably going to be thinking he wants to get out of that kind of line of fire. He's got no advantage going from there, but he is going to push through trains and try and challenge this aggressively, moving up, checking around. No one's in any corners, then rushing out. And he's put himself in a very bad situation there. He had to pick up the bomb. And Amaze is doing a nice job of checking that the entire map is secure in this upper lockers building. And unfortunately for Kesmel, he just panicked, started to hear the timer coming down, and he completely got caught out there. And it is now 1-0. How do you think this is going to pan out after seeing both teams go on attack and defend?
The map favours the defensive team so much here that I think the first team that will get the attacking round will probably go on to win it quite comfortably. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Fariko take this round here. They're all going for A. It's probably a sensible move. What would you do?
In this situation, to be honest, I still think B is the favourable bomb site. I think it's just equally positioned. There's an equal chance, and on attack you haven't really got the advantage going for you. So putting yourself in a situation that does give you the advantage on attack is something that I would try and make happen. And it's why when me and anyone else, I tell them to all just go B usually, because it's literally one that you've got the most advantage for. But there are a lot of teams that do favour this A bomb site, especially if they're the more slower team that like to try and pick off kills before they make a move and try and give themselves an advantage. It's an interesting tactic, but I think it's one that happens all too often. Unfortunately, a lot of teams tend to fall for it, but we've got Kesmel in a situation. Amaze just absolutely turns on Kesmel, tells him to sit down, and it's now 2-1 to Fariko. So their sluggish, progressive move onto the A bomb site has actually paid off for them, as we see his final kill count once again for Kesmel, taken down by Amaze, and it is now 2-1 to Fariko. Kesmel and his gang are now going to be on attack.
Will we jump on board with Kesmel, see what they can do?
Absolutely, let's see how he responds to that that kill in that situation. He's going to pick up the bomb, and it looks like EP are going to answer back with their own progressive push to A, but he's going to move straight into trains. Try and push forward. He's going to come out onto tracks. He's going to look to see if he can climb. Absolutely. He's just been hit by an EMP grenade, so he's going to have some sort of know about of where his position is. He's just spotted someone, and he's going to try and climb back into trains. Surely that's going to be called out. He's going to make a quick push onto A. He's trying to plant the bomb, and it looks like they're in a nice position here, actually, to put this one down. We've got the Fariko team all pretty much down. They've got 2 people left. It is now Rush who's picked up a kill on Chaos. We've got a 3v2 situation. Rush and Torres in a very poor situation. Torres is actually on a 4 kill streak, so he's got to try and stay alive. He has got the RCXD. Could be a wise decision to call it in. Interesting. The Kesmore versus Torres here. Torres has a faint idea of where he is, and he spots him for the easy kill. He gets the RCXD. He's not actually going to get the defusal points. He's not actually... Well, I think he... Oh, he's waiting for Kesmore. I think he was sure he could get that, but he's just realized that Kesmore is alive, and unfortunately, because of Kesmore being alive, he is actually going to take down Torres and shut down that 5 kill streak of his.
Big round for EP. If they lost that, it's a long way back, but they've quickly answered from losing their own defensive round to winning their next attacking round.
Absolutely, and it was important to shut down Torres as well, not only to save that round, but to shut him down because he was closing in on his Hellstorm, and as a result, they do not get that ace in the hole. When having a Hellstorm or a Lightning Strike looming over your head in the Search and Destroy is not a nice thing to have, I can tell you that from personal experience. But we're going to see Fariko try and make some sort of storm. They look like they're playing a very defensive round. I think it could be because Torres has his RCXD available for use. Let's check that no one else has got any kill streaks. Nope, it is just Torres. And Maze is actually doing an interesting thing. If I saw him doing it in this public game, I'd probably curse his mother and just insult him a hell of a lot for sitting back in his spawn on Search and Destroy. But Torres is actually going to pay for that. Lack of I don't know if he used I don't think he used the RCXD in that, but there you go. Amaze actually picking a kill up on Kesmore, and Rush is going to be accompanied by Crazy as they move round to the A bomb site, and we have now got a 2v2 situation again. It looks like Fariko's going to try and get the bomb plant on A, or are they going to make a sneaky little rotation round to B and cut them off? And there it is. Crazy picks up a nice kill on Clayton on the bridge, and I believe at this point they've got no choice, but they are going to rotate round to B.
Yep.
And it looks like Rush is going to watch over Crazy as he picks up. There's a nice kill there by Chaos. He's just delayed that plant. Rush has got no choice but to plant it, and I'm sure that we will see Clayton Chaos emerge in a minute. No, he's actually moved all the way around to train and allowed the bomb plant to go down. It seems that Rush is sitting right on the bomb site. He's looking in that original place. He must have wised up to the fact that he has actually moved. And we see Chaos rotating all the way around. He's on a 2-kill streak. I don't think Rush has been. I think he's a bit bamboozled by this one. And he's going to get snuck up on if he can't turn around quick enough. And there's the kill by Chaos on Rush. Rush just completely in over his head there. He didn't really know where to position himself. He didn't know where Chaos was going to come from. Chaos with a fantastic little switching of the play, comes all the way around the map and takes him out with an easy kill and gets a defuse. So EP now 3-2 up in this round. Nice little defensive round. They could switch the momentum in their favor. If they do in fact win this, they'll have a nice 2-round cushion to sit on for a little while.
I'm quite surprised that Rush didn't figure out what was going on there. He stayed in a very vulnerable position for a long time. From a top player, it's quite unexpected.
Absolutely, I was a little bit confused. I think he must have thought, you know, he doesn't expect too much from Chaos here. Chaos isn't really in a position of advantage, and you've got... It's a difficult bomb site to hold down once you have got it planted and you're on your own. Kesmore picks up first blood on Torres, and Amaze is going to rush through Locker's building. That's a nice defensive move by Fariko, but it looks like we're going to see a very defensive play from EP. Amaze trying to pick up a kill on one of the EP members in top bridge. It doesn't look like it's going to come off. Fariko switching around, does hear Ryan. Ryan is taken down, and Amaze is just going on an incredibly aggressive streak here. He is just about to... Oh, he can't pick up the kill on one of the EP members. I believe it was, in fact, Clayton that was almost taken down there. He is accompanied by Chaos with that AN-94. Clayton tried to pick up some kill. here on Amaze. He is going to back out of that situation as we see Crazy actually coming up behind Clayton. Or Chaos, I can't remember which one it is. It was in fact Chaos, but he is going to back off right into spawn. Clayton is just about to overlap with Crazy. He's going to put some shots down on Crazy. Crazy's going to get out of there as soon as possible. And it looks like we might not see a bomb plant go down, but it looks like Chaos is rotated all the way around. Oh no! Just
Too bold. You had
that.
to check. You had to check.
There's not much you can do in a situation like that. They've got very little time left, and they have been taken down. Clayton actually picking up a nice kill on Amaze, so at least they've got a consolation prize going out of that round. So it is a very tightly contested 3-all in this game mode.
I think the next round in particular could be the biggest round of the match. If EP somehow managed to actually get another defensive round here, the pressure could be on Fariko.
Absolutely. We've seen some very great stuff from EP. They've made some interesting rotations when they have needed to make them. We've seen some very sluggish play from Fariko, but it's played out in their favor so far. And it looks like they're going to do a similar setup again, but Amaze has also got some incredibly good rushes in his arsenal that he did break out in that last round. It paid off very well for them as they did pick up that round. But Maze out berettering Chaos there. Unfortunately, Ryan has stormed straight into their spawn. He is accompanied by Clayton, so Clayton is going to push right into their spawn. He's going to try and get him on bridge. Torres turning around. He gets the RC car kill, comes out and picks up the kill on Clayton for the final kill count, as you see here. Just comes out of the monitor and just picks it up with that incredibly disgusting laser sight Scorpion.
What did you make of the EP rush there? Right decision, wrong decision?
I think it was definitely one that caught them out off guard, but it's just the execution was a little bit lackluster. They didn't put the kills down that they needed to. I think it was a bold decision. It could have worked out for them. In some cases it did work out for them, but overall it just didn't have the accuracy in the shots, and they unfortunately paid for it. But we are on board with Fariko Amaze. Well, I'm on board with Fariko Amaze as he is in the tracks. He's gone for an interesting rush of his own again. And we see Crazy's actually picking a kill. It's actually all going down on B. So we're going to take a look over there. Chaos has picked up a kill. Clayton's picked up a kill. Amaze picking up a kill on Ryan from the tracks. And we have a 2v1 situation. Chaos is going to put that bomb down. Clayton is going to check into tracks. Amaze almost getting caught out there. He is going to back off as he picks up Chaos. He jumps it. Ooh. No, that was a bad decision by Amaze there. You're not going to be able to outgun Clayton against that FEL. It is too strong. And Amaze should have probably waited. There's no way Clayton wasn't going to finish that up. I mean, he's got all the advantage there. He's got the cover advantage, and Amaze, you never know. Even if you're 100% sure of where their position is, you never know. So where exactly they're going to position themselves. So
and he had time on his side as well, like you said. There was no real need for him to do that.
Exactly. He had a good 40 seconds to play around with. He could have rotated around like EP did in that last round. Maybe catch him off guard. At least put something in his favor and make it more of a controllable situation. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. And Fariko have gone for an incredibly strong rush straight on B. That's caught EP straight out as they are actually making a huge team rush around the back. And we see Clayton picking up a kill. Kesmel's also going to pick up a kill. So it's a 3v2 situation. Chaos trying to put some shots down into the glass elevator. We got one trapped in there. One's behind the billboard. Chaos picking the kill. Fariko Rush is going to pick up a kill on Chaos, so it's a 2v1 situation. The stun's going down. We're going to see a defuse coming down as well, and that is well played by EP. Fantastic round by EP as they move straight around the back. It looked like an incredibly good play by Fariko, which is turned on its head by EP as they made a huge play coming around the back of Fariko. They just weren't prepared for it at all. They didn't expect such an aggressive team rush behind them. So I think more plays like that, that's the kind of stuff you want to see in Search and Destroy. That's what's going to win you rounds, the bold, aggressive, out of this nature kind of play. And it's certainly paid off for EP as they are at game point here. One more round will secure them this map as we go into the third map after this, which will be CTF on which map?
The next map coming up for us will be CTF and Standoff. Fantastic.
Love a bit of CTF standoff as we jump on board. We'll see Rush is actually in the ticket office. They are 3 men to 3. in this situation. Looks like EP playing a little bit more of a passive game. They don't want to give away this lead and put it down to a sudden death 5-all in this situation. But Fariko have got a nice position on both bomb sites. EP just trying to make the minds up where they're going. And we might see a confrontation here by a Rush. Lovely little reactions on Clayton there. I would have recommended that Ryan probably go with Clayton there with the bomb carrier just to make sure that they didn't give away any sort of advantage. But Ryan picks up the mess there as he picks up a nice kill. Kesmol's going to try and rotate round to ticket office, see if he can help assist Ryan. But Ryan's actually around the back, and he's going to get taken out by Crazy. Crazy and Amaze, the duo in action here, are going to try and lock down this A bomb. They must be thinking that the bomb must be going down at B, and they are springing into action with no fooling around as they move right round to the ticket office. Amaze has actually spotted him, gets some shots down. Can he finish up the job? I don't think he does it. Kesmol with a lovely snipe there. Unfortunately, I have missed that one, but Crazy picks up Kesmol with a nice little piece with the MSMC. Unfortunately, Kesmol can't go huge in that situation with the sniper. But it was a valiant effort from him. It's not an easy situation, even if it is just a 2v1 in that kind of place. And it is 5-all, so we're going to go down to the deciding round of this Search and Destroy. And I believe we will see a very interesting matchup. I think it's going to be an incredibly passive game from both of these teams. I think Fariko a little bit surprised at the kind of tricks that EP brought out in this Search and Destroy. And I'm thinking that EP might be a little bit under pressure and want to play a little bit more defensive, especially since they are on defense. We'll see a very lackluster start from Amaze once again, just trying to stop that team rush that EP have been utilizing in the past two defensive rounds. But Ryan's going to come head-to-head with Rush. He manages to pick up the kill, but he is shut down by Crazy, who's on top lockers, and he is going to be assisted by Torres, who's just looking in lockers. Crazy pulls out the RCXD. Kesmol gets a flying RCXD to the face, but fortunately enough for him, he's got flak jacket on, and he is not going to be phased by that too much. But Torres is going to get the bomb plant down, and it is advantage Fariko in this situation as we see EP try and make a push forward. They take down Kesmol, taking down Torres. Kesmol is taken down. We've got Chaos left in a 1v1 situation. What is going to happen? Crazy's actually backing off here. And Chaos even is just going to go straight for the defuse. He's going to get spotted out by Crazy. And that was a very chaotic final. Not much you can do in that situation. He's running out of time. Crazy does the right thing. Pushes away from the bomb site. Waits for the baiting defuse. And just picks up an easy kill. And picks up the map for his team. As they go 2-0 up in this best of 5 quarterfinal.
I have to admit, I did not expect it to go to the final round. Did you? Did you see that coming?
To be honest, I didn't see that coming. I was expecting a very strong, solid performance from Fariko in this Search and Destroy. They're a very strong Search and Destroy team, but it looks like EP just equally as strong when it comes to the Search and Destroy game. They put up a great effort. They put up some great players, but unfortunately, in the end, when it came to just making those kills that mattered, they unfortunately couldn't do it, and they have paid the price for it.
Do you think going into this now that'll be the EP heads going down properly because they were so close, or do you think EP will now be really up for it and come back? I don't think they'll be putting their heads down too much. I mean, there were 2 close games. The hard point, it was a good contested fight. Obviously, the better team won it, but it wasn't a complete shutout. It wasn't an incredible battering. So I think they weren't too phased by that, and it showed in the Search and Destroy. They shook it off, and it was just like, okay, it's one map. Search and Destroy, it came down to the wire. Sometimes it does come down to the wire, and there's not much you can do about it, and they almost had it. I think it might have shooken them a little bit, but looking at their confidence going into that Search and Destroy, I don't think it will have phased them too much. I think they'll come out in this this capture the flag, and they're going to put some good plays together, I reckon. I'm excited to see what they can do and capture the flag. Again, Fariko, fantastic team. They were in the finals at Skyland on Sunday. So they have an incredibly strong team, an incredibly strong game, and an incredibly strong capture the flag game at that. So where do you rate this current Fariko team?
Sorry?
Where do you rate this current Fariko team?
It's a bit... It's difficult to say, you know. It all comes down to the day, you know. Anyone can be a great team and just unfortunately let it slip on the day, but I think they're definitely up there. I think they're one of the best teams in Europe without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, they make it to the last few remaining spots in all the tournaments that I've seen them in. They did fantastic. They've had a fantastic year so far with what they've done. They've made some changes to the team that have no doubt benefited them. I mean, they picked up Amaze, who is a fantastic player, and I'm interested to see just whether they can take that extra leap and actually win a tournament, because I think they have the capability of doing it. It's just whether they can put it together on the day and go through with it. But we're going to jump on board with Fariko. Let's jump on board with Fariko Torres to start with and see what he's going to do. So I reckon he's going to be playing a very aggressive role, as he's going to move to the tractor to try and lock down this point. He's actually put some trophy systems down as well. Make sure he doesn't get naded as he made his way into there. He's not running flak jacket in this situation. He's actually only got lightweight, toughness, and dexterity. He's going to lock down the boxes area in case they do get a pull. Rush is actually in there with his AN-94 and MSMC overkill as he picks up a kill on Clayton. And it looks like Torres is going to try and pick up the flag, but is shut down. We've got one member of EP up at the moment as the rest of them just coming in. And it looks like Fariko going to make a move up through boxes and into the top marketplace.
Chaos with a bit of pre-firing to try to shut them down.
Absolutely, and we see some gunfire coming in. We've got one of the Fariko members making an incredible rush around the back. It is Fariko crazy. He's on a crazy little run there, and the game is in Fariko's favor now as Rush has picked up. They've got incredible support coming down here. Clayton is going to get taken down by Crazy. Another kill going down on Crazy, but it looks like it's going to be a very simple flag pull for Fariko as they make it 1-0 in this capture the flag. Almost missing that dolphin dive onto the flag, but he does pick it up. And EP actually going straight for the counter pull, but they can't quite get it off as successfully as Fariko did. But it is a great response by EP to try and get right up in their faces, as we see Rush is actually just trying to lock it down. And we've still got an EP member, Chaos, on the roof. He's going to pick up the kill, quickly move on, and he is shut down by Amaze there. So it's a good little play by EP there, but unfortunately it's not paid off for them. Fariko doing a fantastic job pulling that flag very, very early in this one. And EP have got to respond to this as best they can. They've got to make more kills happen than they have been doing previously. And I think when it comes to this game, there's only so much strategies can do for you. They help your organization, but at the end of the day, you've got to make the kills. And if you're not making the kills, you're not going to get very far in the game.
Particularly in a map where the run from one flag to the other is so small. If you've got three guys constantly down, you're never going to do well in this map.
Absolutely, and it's just making those kills happen when they need to be. It's not just about defending and making those kills, it's about actually making the kills happen. We've actually got a connection interrupted here. I don't know if that's just me or...
I've got one as well. Back to the studio for the time being. We'll try and figure out what's going wrong. Did it die for everybody?
Possibly. Who was host? It was Kelwee.
It was indeed.
Maybe he's lost connection of some sorts.
He crashed for some reason.
Ah.
So we'll just get that restarted, people, and we'll start again. So what, did you see what time there was there?
I know by 3 minutes they had one. It was 1-0, so we were at least at 2 minutes 30, 3 minutes into that first. Well, there was that time remaining in that first half. So.
I believe he is setting it back up now. He's not quite sure what happened there.
Are
you choking there?
Sorry, my I haven't cast in a while, mate. My voice is going a little bit. Not like your regular big-time casters who do it every day and have built up a golden voice to...
It's a voice like butter.
Yeah, just smooth as anything. Mine's kind of a bit... Mine's delicate and fragile. Need to conserve it. There's only so much sauciness that I can provide in one sitting. Also, I was streaming earlier, so... It's worn out my voice a little bit.
Don't know what's happened to Cell. He's...
Interesting. Oh, anyway. Suppose, while we wait, could talk about the new rule set that you guys have introduced that I saw.
We can indeed. We've had a lot of feedback about obviously score streaks, not score streaks.
Well, I tried to look for a thread that had some sort of discussion about the new rule set, but I didn't see one. Have you? What are the people saying?
There is indeed a discussion thread. If you dig in there, it's quite. I'm sure you can imagine. I'm sure you can imagine how the forums would be in that type of topic. There'll be some nice comments. There'll be some flaming. All in all, the views are you don't really want to split the community. I do get that as well. But equally, we're now 6 months into the game. A lot of people are wanting to try it without score streaks. We're not taking away the other score streaks. We're keeping that rule set, but we're giving. At this point in the game, we get a lot of people who want to play just for fun, and we're basically catering for that.
Okay, well, like the reason I started to get into competitive was because there was no kill streaks, and I like that original rule set where you couldn't have flak jacket and tac mask. So it was it made hardpoint especially a lot more hectic, and it wasn't simply a case of one team dominating. There was always a way to get the team out of the hardpoint, and when you introduce flak jacket, tac mask, and kill streaks, it just kind of like. It made it very difficult to do something about it. So if you were a team going up, a not so organized team going up against a very organized team, it kind of made it very, very difficult, or even more so than normal, to actually do something about it.
Yeah, indeed.
It was very annoying because when we first started doing the kill streaks, I was getting very angry at the fact that I knew that. Our team should be doing better. We could easily break that hard point, but it was just a case of some guy, he got one kill on the hard point. He took it around. That's 300 points. He then, got 2 more kills. He got his Hellstorm. He then dropped the Hellstorm. He then got a Lightning Strike. He then got a Sentry Gun. And then it was just like, there's not much you can do. It just snowballed into an effect where you couldn't really do anything about it.
Yeah, I think that is it. And then the game almost becomes a procession. You're counting down the seconds till the game's over, and that's not really that much fun. Obviously, it is different when you've got even teams. You have the same skill and ability, but equally, all that set aside, some people are going to be for score streaks, some people are going to be against them. Now, personally, I'm not one way or the other, but like I say, at this stage of the game, if people want that to just play for fun, if the guy who comes on once a week to play for half an hour, who are we to say no?
Absolutely. I think that, especially capture the flag, it's even worse. Because if you get a flag cap, you get a good amount of points for that. You get kill streaks up. You basically stop anyone from doing anything with that flag. But as you said, I think it's been 6 months. I've gotten used to the score streaks in there and the perks and all that kind of stuff. It's part of the game now, I suppose. It's become a standard in the rule set across the world, really. And I think, at this point of the game, the new COD's been really announced, so most people are going to be looking towards that. And if you want to give people, an incentive to keep playing this game and a reason to play it competitively and keep them pumped up and, have some fun, why not just change the rule set a bit and see what it would have been like? Because we only got to play with that original rule set for about a month. Probably a little bit more.
Probably less than that.
Less, more, depending on when it was truly announced that the score streaks were going to come in. So we didn't get a huge amount of time to play with it. So it would be interesting to see how this game actually played out if we did, in fact, have that kind of rule set. So we'll see if it catches on around in other tournaments and all that kind of stuff. I would imagine that the rule set will stay the same, like the standard kind of rule set. It's a shame we don't have like a governing body for this kind of stuff. But
yeah, that would be great to have an independent rules body. I'm a passionate believer in that, but I don't think it's going to happen for a while yet, which is unfortunate. Breaking news, EP have actually forfeited.
I see.
Which is the reason behind... Well, I don't think it's the reason why we died, but now the reason why we're waiting is because EP have forfeited, so Fariko Allstars go through. On top of that, we're now going to have Horizon coming up next, who of course will be playing... I should know this off by heart. Horizon, of course, are playing Inferno, but we're going to have about an hour break for that, people, so we'll kill the stream and then we'll come back. So, see you in an hour.
See you in a bit.